Hi, my name is Brittany, and today I'm going to sum up the important points of the scientific revolution. The scientific revolution began in the 16th century and ended in the late 17th century. This new era of knowledge emerged out of natural philosophy. Natural philosophy had the intention to ask fundamental questions about the universe, which involved its nature, purpose, and function. Now, before we delve in too deep, let's backtrack to the early scientists before this era. There are three important figures you need to know: Ptolemy, Aristotle, and Thomas Aquinas. Ptolemy was a geocentric who in the 2nd century created a map of the world which was used by global explorers. However, this map proved to be filled with major errors once the expeditions discovered the actual distances and continents of the world. Aristotle was also geocentric, and he established the belief that the center of the universe is the motionless Earth, with 10 perfect spheres in orbit around the Earth. Finally, Thomas Aquinas brought Christian theology and Aristotle's philosophy together by stating that the throne of God in heaven is just beyond those 10 perfect spheres. Now that we've got that covered, let's look over the important figures during the scientific revolution, who were Copernicus, Brahe, Kepler, Galileo, Newton, Bacon, and Descartes. Unlike Ptolemy and Aristotle, Copernicus was a heliocentric. He believed that the sun was the center of the universe instead of the Earth. Based on this, the Copernican hypothesis was formulated, and in this hypothesis, destroyed the Aristotle physics and caused people to question, where is heaven? Because of this, both Protestants and Catholics condemned Copernicus's beliefs on the universe. However, his viewpoint on a heliocentric universe began to raise interest once an exploding star became visible and a comet cut through the sky, shattering Aristotle's physics. Now let's look over Brahe. Brahe built the most complex observatory of his time, with the aid of grants given by the King of Denmark. He observed the night sky with the naked eye. He recorded a lot of data, but unfortunately, with his lack in education on mathematics, he was unable to make much sense out of his data. But he did believe that the planets revolved around the sun, which proves he was a heliocentric like Copernicus. Now, Brahe's assistant Kepler was able to make sense out of his data because, unlike Brahe, he excelled in the education of mathematics. In 1609, Kepler discovered that the planets' orbits were actually elliptical, yet again destroying Aristotle's physics. In 1619, he demonstrated that the orbits of the planets are directly related to the sun, proving mathematically that Ptolemy and Aristotle are wrong and that the universe is heliocentric. Now, let's look at Galileo. Galileo used a telescope, but remember, he did not invent the telescope. He used this telescope to observe the universe, and while doing this, he discovered that Jupiter had 4 moons, which added more evidence to the Copernican hypotheses. Although, he is most well known for creating the experimental method, which is the conduction of a controlled experiment to observe what actually happened, and he discovered the law of inertia. Next, let's take a look at Newton. Newton is most well known for discovering the law of universal gravitation, also known as gravity. Odd as it is, he demonstrated this with an apple falling off of an apple tree. Another one of his greatest achievements was uniting the experimental and theoretical sides of modern science. Finally, let's look at the difference between Bacon and Descartes. Both of these men were seeking out how truth was obtained. Bacon believed that truth was found only through empirical inquiry, through observation and experimentation, while Descartes believed that truth could only be found through doubt. Cogito ergo sum, he declared. I think, therefore I am. As we come to a close, let's look over the causes and effects of the scientific revolution. Some causes of this new era were the Renaissance recovery of the classics, which improved mathematics, and the need for new technology during the age of exploration. In effect to these causes, the scientific method was created, and scientific communities opened the gateway for the Enlightenment. I hope this video was resourceful on the main points of the scientific revolution. Again, my name is Brittany. Thanks for watching!